Hello everyone, Denise Carpenter from ReikiAssociates.com here, and we're going to continue working on the playlist Exploring the Usui Reiki Principles. And today we're discussing number 4, which is just for today, I will earn my living honestly. Now again, I'm just going to reference the same idea of translating words from one language to another. So I'm sure if you were to look these principles up on Google, you would find slightly different translations. But if we were to go to the intent of the principle, we usually end up in the same place. But the other thing I just want to mention today, speaking of intent, is the more you sit with these principles, it's almost like they go deeper and deeper and deeper within our own operating system. So our own our own way that we want to be, or the becoming the person that we truly want to become. So as we work with these principles, they'll take us to a layer of ourselves. They'll help us work through those layers, and then they're going to take us a little bit deeper, and they'll help us through those layers. So it's just as a note, I've found about 8 layers of myself so far, and each time the principles will bring me a new lesson. So just for today, I will earn my living honestly, kind of at our surface layer, at the layer that society teaches us to be. It talks about being honest with yourself about why you do what you're doing. So it's about being more consciously aware of your own actions and taking responsibility for that. And it also talks about being consciously aware of what you put out into the environment around you. So if you're paid to do an 8-hour day, do an 8-hour day. Don't do 6, but maybe don't do 10 either. Sometimes you might have to, but make sure that there's honesty around all of that. Like, why did you have to do that? Maybe you need to speak to your boss. Maybe there needs to be a change in your workload. Like there's, as I say, there's layers and layers and layers to this one. So then it will take us, and then if we go a little bit deeper, so as we're moving into discovering our authentic self, then what does it mean? Just for today, I will earn my living honestly. So I think then we start to move into what is our honest self. So if we're trying to live from our authentic self to the best of our ability, does that mean we need to maybe move into different relationships with our family, with our peers, with our work life, with our leisure life? What is, if we're being truly honest and coming from a place of our authentic self when making decisions, usually that looks a little bit different than when we come from a place of honesty, when we're working from society's interpretation of who we are. So that is a huge piece to work with yourself. If you're a meditator, I would meditate on that. If you're a ponderer and you like to just think about things, or you write, you're a writer, you journal, you write things out, I would really spend some time with this principle. And then the other piece is being honest for what you're contributing to the environment around you. So sometimes we get to be the good person. Sometimes we get to be the person that stirs the pot. And sometimes we get to be the person that just puts up, that just says, no, this can't go any further. And again, as we go through society's interpretation of ourselves, to the layer of more conscious awareness of ourselves, to moving into becoming truly comfortable with our authentic self, that also is a huge, huge introspective layer to look at. So this 4th principle, just for today, I will earn my living honestly, has many, many layers. They all do, and they will all take you to the different places. But spend some time this week seeing where you are. Are you still functioning from society's interpretation of you? And if you're comfortable there, that's just fine. And again, none of this is about judgment. But if you're ready to go a little bit deeper, are you ready to maybe just work with the first and second principle about bringing all of your energy into the present moment to the best that you can? And then if you're ready to go a bit deeper than that, you've kind of got your energy present, then what is your authentic self? Where do you want to be? What do you want to accomplish with your life? How do you want to um, interact with other people and other events? So this is a big one. They're all big ones. This one, again, just takes you deeper. So I hope that's helpful. If you found it helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or you'd like more in-depth discussion about any of these, please connect with me. You go to my website, ReikiAssociates.com, and there's a contact page there. You can just email me, and we can either, I find these discussions over text just don't go anywhere because you can't, texting just isn't the medium for it. But if you'd like a phone call or a meeting, that would be fine now that we can be meeting again. That would be wonderful. So sit with yourself, be with yourself. Remember to love yourself. There's no judgment about any part of yourself or any actions that you've been involved in during this lifetime. It's all about learning while we're on this planet Earth. So let's just enjoy the ride, go as deep as we can, and I will see you next week. Namaste.